Good morning. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Now I understand the term, get your act together. We did it. Thank you, Raj, and this amazing crew back here, Rob and Raj, and thanks so much for all you do. Welcome to those tuning in. Welcome to all of you who showed up on this very hot, beautiful day. I hope you had a wonderful Pioneer Day. I had some people at work yesterday call it Pie and Beer Day. I think that sounds fun too. We have a great service. We're going to close out this month of July with a message from our dear Aunt Myrna, our dear Reverend Myrna, and some great music. We're going to start off by singing together, Rainbow Connection. Please sing along.
To our Sunday morning celebration service at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. So happy that you joined us. My name is Robert Ekman, and I am your service host today. We're thrilled that you're here. We are a spiritual community where all are welcome, whether or not you're joining us here in person in the sanctuary or via our love stream service from home. We're all grateful that you're here. Our practitioner holding watch from home today is Teresa Martin, who is not at home. She's right here in the room with us. And throughout the service, Teresa will be in prayer, knowing that the best and highest good is unfolding for each of us as we share this sacred time together. And our prayer practitioner this morning is Linda Brewer. If there's anyone here for the very first time, we'd like to take a moment and acknowledge and welcome you. If you're comfortable and willing to raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you and say hello. Oh, we do. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, this morning. And I know that you will find something here today that will serve you. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor all pathways by which people seek to know and connect with the divine. We work on our individual consciousnesses so that we can make the world a better place. So, from wherever you are, I would like you to join me in recommitting to our center's spiritual purpose by saying that purpose statement with me. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. That's very good, thank you. For all of the latest information on what's happening at the center, please check out our website at www.spirituallyfree.org. On our homepage, you can submit a prayer request, find out what's happening on Sundays, watch previous services, and read upcoming themes and more. Today, we are honored to hear our message from our own Reverend Myrna Hirst. She will be speaking on the topic of Yabuts. Yabuts. Nouns, verbs, and everything in between, I think. Our special music is brought to us today by Will Baxter, and we're so happy to have him with us again. By way of announcements, last weekend we experienced a wonderful time getting to know our first ministerial candidate, Reverend John Auden. Over the course of 2 days, Reverend John met with our board of trustees, our ministerial council, the practitioners, and the congregation through a series of gatherings. The Board of Trustees is reviewing the evaluations of the weekend and will update everyone as that process moves forward. As you know, our center is celebrating 50 years as a charter church with the Centers for Spiritual Living. We were originally called First Church of Religious Science. In honor of this momentous occasion, we are planning an outdoor party on Saturday, the 28th of August in Murray Park at Pavilion Number 1. That will be from 6 to 9. The official announcement will go out on social media tomorrow. The center is providing fixins for sandwiches for dinner. Everyone is invited to bring a side dish or a dessert to accompany that, to share. We're going to have not only dinner, but a slideshow. And oh my gosh, I've got to tell you, and I'm telling you because I'm the guy in charge of the party, but I have been given boxes of pictures and want to thank Linda and Jerry Hallowell for providing, I swear, literally just so much material for your amusement and for your celebration of the memories of this wonderful center in our community. We've also got pictures that have come to us indirectly from Betty Bogart, for those of you who remember Dear Betty and Howard. Wow. So we're going to have some pictures from her collection as well, and just can't wait to share those with you. Oh, and there is a wonderful story of the history of our center online at spirituallyfree.org. So please take a minute and read that center history, which is really entertaining and informative. Finally, there's a sign-up sheet in the lobby for volunteers who want to help set up and tear down and greet and more at that party, so please join us. All right. Our center is founded on and grounded in prayer. This helps us deal with whatever comes our way and creates a positive experience regarding our situations. Our professional prayer practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer and are ready to pray for and with you. You can do this on our webpage by clicking on prayers on the prayer page, or send us a request. All of the practitioners will lift you up in prayer for the week. If you'd like to connect personally, you can speak with a practitioner after service as well, and they can give you a call and you can be a part of their prayer for you. All right, now I'd like to invite you to all settle into your seats. Allow Linda's reading and the centering music to take you to your sacred space within, and then Linda will lead us in prayer.
Our reading this morning is adapted from the writings of Reverend Cynthia Bourgeau. She's an amazing human. Look her up. Self-emptying is not about giving up things we want or rolling over and playing dead. It's about connecting with an energy of sustenance so powerful and vibrant as it flows through our being from the infinite, that all else pales in comparison. It not only flows through our being, it is our being. The core secret we are coming to understand is that the act of letting go, spiritually understood as a cosmic energy exchange, is the power by which Jesus could live and remain true to his path. It is the power through which he healed, the power through which he forgave, and the power through which we can do the same because of our oneness with the Christ consciousness. That same power is hardwired into our hearts and souls. And in that moment of complete surrender, an explosion of presence goes off within us that is an encounter with wisdom itself. Life provides plenty of opportunities for this practice. In fact, sometimes it seems as if life is comprised of a 24/7 surrender immersion. The problem is, most of the time, we're not aware of it and fall asleep. We brace and tighten and get thrown back into that smaller self. We go unconscious automatically. But if we stay alert and grounded in sensation and are willing to wake up as soon as we realize we've started bracing or clinging, then we can use all of the adventures and misadventures that life throws at us to strengthen and deepen our heart connection and our realization of our oneness with the Christ consciousness.
I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will open to my God, open to my God. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will open to my God, open to my God. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will open to my God,
And in this holy and sacred now moment, we open ourselves to that quiet place that lives within each one of us. That place where the Christ consciousness, where the allness of God, the universe, the supreme being, or that which created us, lives and expresses through each one of us. That same power and presence that lives within us brought all that is into being. The beautiful flowers we see blooming right now, the glorious full trees, the mountains on our horizons, the oceans and skies, and all that is, are unique expressions of the divine, of the Creator. And as that is true for all that is, it is true for me, and it is true for each one of us here and everyone on the planet. We are brought into being as expressions of that divine one, so that it might express itself uniquely through the gifts and talents that it created within us, and that is calling to us to bring forth. Those gifts, those talents, that unique being that we each are, will not happen if we don't allow ourselves to fully express the magnificence of our creation and who we are. And so in this moment right here and right now, I know for each one of us here, a new awakening to that power and presence within us, a new openness to looking for the unique way that we are here to express. Right here, wherever we are in our world, in our spiritual community, out in the world, in our homes, everywhere, we have a gift to bring. And today I am knowing that we all say yes. And that yes fills my heart with gratitude. And knowing how it works, that as that word is spoken, it is done, I just release it and allow it to be, as together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Linda. So, do you believe that all that you need to be free is imbued in you, is inherent? Many of our songs are affirmations. And even though we don't experience the fullness of what we're affirming right then, it holds a vision, and as we said throughout this month, pulls us toward that. So to be free, to feel free, to express, to realize your potential, to reach for that vision that you're being pulled toward, with some fearlessness, some self-assurance. That is the truth of us. That's what this song speaks to. Let's sing together, All That I Need to Be Free. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I pushes through the dim darkness with an open heart and eyes. I begin to see. I'm free to be all of me because God has made me and God has given me all that I need to be free. I dance because I am joy. I love because I am love. I live because I am life. I shine because I am the light. I fly because I am freedom. I know because I am wisdom. I rise because I am power. I give because my cup is full. I'm free to be all of me because God has made me and God has given me all that I need to be free. I dance because I am joy. I love because I am love. I live because I am life. I shine because I am the light. I fly because I am freedom. I know because I am wisdom. I rise because I am power. I give because my cup is full. I'm free to be all of me because God has made me and God has given me all that I need to be free. God has given me all that I need to be free.
Thank you. So much my pleasure to introduce our special music today. I can't say enough about the gift, the talent that this musician is and has. He's been such a dear friend of the center and of the music program here too. A wonderful songwriter, singer, and a wonderful presence. Let's welcome back Will Baxter.
Thank you. You all sound so incredible this morning. So great. I don't know how we're supposed to follow that. Oh, I've adopted a new mantra lately that says, I don't mind what happens. I don't mind what happens. And it seems like as soon as I did that, the universe just said, you know what? I'm going to give you some opportunities to really put that into practice. And yeah, it's true. It's true. It seems like, man, almost apocalyptic times, we're in. And it's good to remind yourself sometimes that it's going to be okay. I want to thank this community. Thank you for singing with me. I'm just going to do a couple covers that have been on my mind, and if you know them, please sing along. Blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebird singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, how they fly by. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Smiling at me, and nothing but blue skies do I see. Everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. So I remember every face of every man put me here. Shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Every man needs protection. They say every man must fall. Yet I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above these walls. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Yeah. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Down here next to me in this lone, lonely crowd is a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shouting so loud, just crying out that he's been framed. See my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. And any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. Do one more time. And I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Any day. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Thank you two so much. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Charmaine and Leslie. Thank you. Ooh, you guys sound good.
Thank you, Will Baxter. That was just beautiful. Thank you so much for enriching our service today. It's my great honor to introduce our guest speaker today, our own Reverend Myrna Hirst, who delivers her messages with a little punch and a lot of sense of humor. She's always demonstrated the capacity to lead and has contributed so much to our center. I've been in classes with her. I can think of her for years and years as administrative assistant here, a practitioner, minister, visioning lead is something she does now. She's absolutely a dynamite person, a wonderful teacher and mentor, and a dear friend. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Myrna Hirst.
Good old Auntie Myrna. Thank you, dear. Oh, my goodness, what a wonderful start to this day today. I got to tell you, any day now, wherever you are, well, thank you for that, because this is, okay, he just did the sermon so we can all leave now. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know how many of you saw this on Monday, and I know that some people have made a lot of comments about it one way or the other, but I got up Monday morning to watch the blue horizon move into space. Anybody else here do that? I can't even see you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Jeff Bezos, you know, the fellow who makes $1 million by closing all of the local bookstores and creating Amazon, which, by the way, what would we have done without during this pandemic? Anyway, he got in a spacecraft that his company, Blue Horizon, developed and shot himself onto the edge of space. And I was in Houston working at NASA during the Apollo program. So watching that happen just lit me up. And I think the reason I want to say that is because I felt so inspired by the possibility of doing this again now. That was me. You may remember the Apollo. Some of you are old enough to remember it. I remember it, of course, very, very well because I was there. It was such an important time. And it happened because John Kennedy stood up and said, we're going to go to the moon. We didn't have a clue how to do it. We didn't have enough engineers to make the program happen. All that we knew, unfortunately, was we needed to beat Russia to the moon. For whatever that was, I felt such a sense, America felt such a sense of inspiration around that. And that is what visioning is designed to do for us. Now, there's a little difference between visioning and visualization. We all do that other thing all of the time because we decide that we want, I don't know, something new, a good book to read, or, a flower to plant in the garden, or a vacation, or whatever it is that you think you want to do. You get your thoughts together and you decide what it is you want to do, and you're doing this with a fine mind, this thing that lives inside my head. And that's visualization. Because if you visualize something very strongly and you feel it, that it's going to show up. It always shows up. Visioning takes it one step further, in that instead of using this fine mind, it uses this fine mind and the infinite mind in order to create the things that we need. So, just to start now, that was in the way of we're going to get to the Yabuts, but not right now, okay? There's a quote. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. It's a concept. Keeping our attention focused on relationship with and as God throughout the day and throughout our lives. That's what staying is, and that's the topic today. Doing that transforms our experience because our perspectives and perceptions of life are filtered through the lens of truth, love, and oneness, not just through our own limited thinking. Staying on spirit gives us the resilience and perseverance to meet whatever might come our way. Whether you start that with visioning or visualization or just something that you want to do today, to keeping your mind stayed on spirit or stayed on the capacity to do that helps us to get it done. Does that make sense? When people asked John Kennedy why we wanted to go to the moon, we couldn't afford it, we didn't know how to do it, blah, 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 he said this. He said, we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one which we are unwilling to postpone, and one that we intend to win. Those are pretty powerful words. And those are the words that we take on ourselves as we vision and as we learn how to stay. So, visioning is something that it's kind of a process, and we've been talking about it all month, and not very kind of in loose terms. But we're going to do a little, there's a method and a mechanism for doing it, for doing the process of visioning the way that we do it here at the center and in the Centers for Spiritual Living. It starts with something that Ernest Holmes told us in The Science of Mind. One of the beginning principles of this philosophy we teach is called you have to have a mental equivalent in order to get what you want. Does that make sense? For example, if I wanted to go to Chicago, what would I have to do? I'd have to decide to go, but I'd also have to know where Chicago was and how to get there and all of that stuff. And all of that stuff would start with, why do I want to go to Chicago? Because there's a reason for me to do this, because it's a big idea. Chicago is not for me, but hey, what can I say? The creation of a mental equivalent allows you to move toward what you want. That's what John Kennedy was saying. We choose to go because it's something we need to do. So visioning starts with a mental equivalent, and that mental equivalent is the vision itself. We're dealing with an infinite power which knows only its own ability to do, and since it can objectify any idea impressed upon it, there can be no limit to what it can or would do for us other than the limit of our own inward embodiment. Limitation is not in principle nor in law. This is important. Limitation is not in principle nor in law, but only in the individual use that we make of principle. We decide this. So having a good mental equivalent helps to move us out of our own limited beliefs, out of all of the stuff that we've picked up with us as we go along. Those are the Yabuts. We'll get to that in a little bit. But in order to overcome those things, we need to keep our mind stayed on spirit, on the mental equivalent of whatever it is we're choosing to create. Our individual use of this law can only equal our individual capacity to understand it and to embody it. We can't demonstrate beyond our ability to provide a mental equivalent of our desire. That's Ernest Holmes, and I know he's hard to listen to, but, he says some pretty good stuff sometimes. So, visioning, the way that we do it in Centers for Spiritual Living, has several steps. The idea behind it is to get out of our own little limited sense of ourselves and connect with the divine mind in order to create a greater vision than any of us could do on our own. So that's what visioning does. And we do that by first centering, connecting with the divine, anchoring ourselves in love, and then opening to the highest idea. Usually this is done with a group of people. We go into meditation, we create that connection with the divine as our group, and then we ask a question. What is the highest vision for, say, the Center for Spiritual Living in Salt Lake City? What is the highest thing we could imagine for this lovely organization that we belong to? Not just what's God's idea, but what is the collective? What is the purpose of our being on this planet? And then we go into prayer, and then maybe we write stuff on a piece of paper. And it's an amazing thing that once we get done with that step, if we open it up to the discussion of the group that's doing the visioning, many, many people are going to have exactly the same idea. And we know that when that happens, that's because there's a bigger mind at work here, working through us to get what we wanted. Does that make sense? It's kind of a really cool thing to watch. Once we all have that common vision, then the next step is to get rid of the Yabuts, okay? We ask other questions like, what do I need to release? Who do I need to become? What changes do I have to happen in me? Or if we're doing it for the organization, within the members of the organization in order to achieve whatever the vision is. Am I losing you yet? I know this is all pretty tough stuff. We're going to get to the fun stuff pretty soon. But that's what this does, and I think it's an important thing to remember that right at the soul of this organization we call the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living, right at the soul of every person sitting in this room and everyone watching us online, is that connection with the divine. And as long as we know we're all on the same path, all headed the same direction, there's nothing we can't do. Can we fly to the moon? Of course we can. The Yabuts will say, well, maybe not. But we'll work on that in a minute. The idea is simply to stay on spirit and in trust. Now, I'm going to show you a little video in a minute. That's a heads up back to the back room. That will talk to us about the beginning of the Yabuts. Because the thing that we have to do next is just to release all doubt. To know that this is on its way. Without question, God's in charge. The law always says yes. We say that all the time. And then what happens is we're supposed to wait. How many of you are really good at patience? We ready with that video, guys? This will show it to you. Okay. Working on it. One of the things that I gotta say is we get bigger ideas when we use that big mind for the ideas. When we're visualizing and using our small minds, we get minds that get filtered through what we think is going to happen. And maybe sometimes what we think is going to happen is, can I trust that this is going to show up? Maybe there are things that are in the way.
Okay, sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another one, so then you'll have two. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. I'm gonna go do something and then I'll come back.
It smells yummy. It smells really good.
All right, so it's up to you. You can have it now or you can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. How'd you do? Did you do good? You did?
Yeah.
You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you to give you another one? Okay, now you can have both. You need them.
That's how patience works. And that's the Yabuts, isn't it? Yes, I know that this is going to come, and yes, I can have it, but I want it now. And that doesn't always work that way. So here are some of the Yabuts, the things that get in the way, okay? We've got this beautiful vision of what's our vision itself right now. Our vision itself says the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living is a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our spiritual magnificence for the higher good of all. And then there's the one that we say all of the time, that we are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discussion. We say that every week. And I know we believe it. And I know that sometimes those and the visions that you have for yourself involve some yabuts, like, well, yeah, but I haven't got time right now. Or, yeah, but we can't afford that. Or, yeah, but I'm busy right now. I've got I have to do the dishes first. I have to take a nap first. Yeah, but I know that, but what do I have to do to make that happen? Because I can't just trust that the divine's going to do it for me because, but I don't know whether I'm good enough to have this. I don't know any of that stuff. Those are all excuses, aren't they? Nobody here has any of those, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Is there a but that you can think of about what you put into your life? Yeah, you don't even raise your hand because, you don't. So the trick really is in keeping your mind on that mental equivalent and then letting God do its work. Every time you do a yabuts are negative affirmations. We talk about positive affirmations, and that's in all of our music. But we don't talk about the negative ones. But they exist. And they work every much as well as the positive ones. If I say I don't have time, what happens? My life gets filled up with all kinds of silliness. Yeah, but I don't know how. It's an excuse for not doing stuff, guys. It is. It is. So once you've got that vision, once you've got that notion, that mental equivalent in your head, whatever that is for you, the real trick is to not eat the marshmallow. The real trick is to keep your mind on vision and don't let temptation get in your way. Those kids were darling, weren't they? They were darling and they were wonderful. But once you've got the vision, once you've got that mental equivalent, your job is to commit to the doing of it. Okay? The people in the Apollo program couldn't stop halfway to the moon. Once they got on that spaceship, they were there for the whole ride. That should be true for us when we set our vision on something. If we are really expressing our spiritual magnificence, if we really are an open, welcoming community, that's the commitment we've made. Whatever commitment you've made to yourself for the rest of your life or the rest of the week or even for the rest of the afternoon, you got to stay there. You got to stay on vision. You got to commit, and you can't stop in mid-flight. So, the homework for today. Now is the time for us to listen to the voice of our vision. We are the ones that the world is calling for. We are. Let's keep our minds stayed on truth. And knowing that all of the things that we are within this organization and all of the things that you are in your own life are God in expression. Don't give up on that. That's our homework. And to finish off with Ernie, bless his little heart. You know, you've heard this one before. How much can we demonstrate? Just what we can believe. How much can we see? How much can we accept? How much can we find in our consciousness that is no longer repudiated by our own denials? Whatever that is, that much we can have. So let's take a moment to pray together. As we move into the quiet, bring to your mind a vision that you have for your life. And watch your little brain say, yeah, but I can't do that. Can I invite the practitioners to come forward? And if you have things that you want to share with that practitioner, come forward. Briefly say that which you want to say. And let these lovely people support you in your own commission to your own vision. As we move forth in this prayer, we open to ever presence of the divine. And we breathe into that, knowing that this divine mind, which is God, in each of us and in all of us, guides and guards our lives every moment. That my job, our job, is simply to hold the vision and trust that once we ask, we receive, and that life is good. And knowing this is so, we simply open up right now. Please come forward if you'd like. Speak your truth to one of the practitioners standing here. And we'll sit in the silence for just a few minutes. If the little voice in your head is saying, I can't get up there, recognize that that's a Yabut and do it anyway. The words have been spoken. These words go into the law of God. It only ever says yes to this vision. And so we know absolutely that the words are spoken. The work is done. And so in deep gratitude, knowing that this is so, we just breathe. And in deep gratitude for all that we have, and for all of this knowing, for this beautiful philosophy, for these beautiful people, and for knowing that we, as God, control are free, and it is good. And together we say, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
Now is our opportunity to prove that we are blessed, that there is enough, always enough in this universe to support us all. The center relies on your generous contributions, and you know that, and you always have come through for us. So now's your opportunity to open up your wallets or open up your cell phone and text. I think most people now are using text to give or some kind of, nobody wants actual cash anymore, but we will take it if you'd like. So please take a moment, open your wallets and open your hearts and know the value that this church has for you, as we know the value that you have to this center. And thank you for who you are. The blessing offering is coming on. The thing is, there we go. Say this with me, please. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be. And so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Let's hear some more from the amazing Will Baxter.
You were in NASA, huh? That's incredible. What an incredible story. We've got more time. You want to come back? This is a new one I wrote a little bit ago. It's called "Going Home." Hope you like it. Gonna sit right down and try it. I'm gonna quit these bluesy tunes. No more lonely nights and crying. I know I've got to get there soon. I'm going home, home, going home, going home. Going home. No more breathing really heavy. I'm gonna change the way I feel. I'm not waiting for someone to get me. Going home, home. Too long for this, living out, living free. I'm gonna get off my phone, just me, all alone, going home, going home. I'm gonna send my babe a message. I'm gonna tell her how I feel. I'm looking out in all directions. I'm gonna make a healthy meal. I'm home. I'm home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Really heavy. I'm gonna change the way I feel. Not waiting for someone to get me. Yes, I am part of the deal. I'm home, home. I am home. I am home. Oh. I'm home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Let me send my babe a message. I'm gonna tell her how I feel. Oh, I love it. Looking out in all directions. Gonna make a healthy meal, 'cause I'm home. We are home. I'm home. I'm home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Welcome home. Thank you.
Will Baxter. Woo. Please keep writing. Wow. Awesome. Thank you, Myrna. Talking about the Yabuts, I remembered Bugs Bunny cartoon was done in opera. Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. And I thought, okay, kill the Yabuts, kill the Yabuts, kill the Yabuts.
You
It
should be
works.
writing more songs too.
Oh, that's a stretch. Thank you all for coming. Wonderful message, Myrna. Great music, Mr. Will Baxter. Please come back. And thanks for just showing up. Have a wonderful week. Look forward to the 1st of August already. And wonderful celebration of our 50th birthday as a center. I'm really looking forward to that. Good times. I can't imagine all those old pictures. I'm sure there's lots of polyester and it'll be so fun to see people we haven't seen in a long time, even if it's just in a picture. So put that on your calendar. Come celebrate with us. I'll invite you to stand now. We're going to sing our closing song, Breathe the Same Air, and the peace song.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to